Well, he is very active here tonight, and more so than just trying to score points.
Triple goes. It is all Lobos in the second half.
And that's why I said you need to call the timeout. Now they have to take the timeout. This timeout, in my opinion, should have come a couple of minutes ago. Should have come before the 16-minute timeout, because now this crowd is in it. It's a 13-point lead. Everything's going the way of the Lobos, and they're thinking NCAA tourney bid maybe on the line.
Career double-double, fourth this season, and he does it on senior night. Even when the shots haven't been falling for J.R. Giddens, he's been productive for his team. UNLV still has not scored in the second half, nearing 6 minutes in. Here's Jamal Smith. Nice dish. Back to Giddens for three. Following his shot, Giddens gets to the floor. Bounces it back to Martinez, to Toppert. Oh, the Lobos deserve every one of these cheers.
Guys in the truck market, show it to me again. I don't care. I said it on air. That was a beautiful possession right there. Giddens gets on the floor. You make the extra pass, and you're able to knock down a three-point shot. Carter, that's big-time basketball right there for the Lobos and Steve Alford squad.
Giddens gets his 13th rebound on the defensive end. Prentice. Fouled, and this place would have exploded. The roof could not have stayed on the pit if that shot would have gone down in a must-win game for Steve Alford's Lobos. A 14-point edge on UNLV. Point edge for the Lobos here on UNLV with 11:07 to go. Sean, what a possession for New Mexico, that last trip down.
Well, first you look at the hustle of J.R. Giddens. He's going to go ahead and take the shot. And look, Wallace doesn't put a body on him. Giddens able to get to the ball. Now as the pass out, freeze it right there. Martinez has the opportunity to take the shot. Instead, he floats it to the corner, and they're able to get it to Toppert. And Toppert's able to draw it up and knock it on down, making the extra pass, unselfishness. And Alford, oh, I love it. That's unbelievable. And that's the way his team has to play right now. And Martinez, a couple of huge plays, the tap back to Giddens, that time the extra pass to Toppert. Those are the little things in the box score you forget about. Dallas reference, wasn't it? You can hum me the anthem. That's okay. You're from Austin, Texas. I'll let it slip.
Rougeau misses the baseline J, and the awful offensive night for the Rebels continues. Just 14 of 44. 32% shooting. They've taken a lot of bad shots, Sean, but you have to credit the Lobos defense.
Well, you completely have to credit the Lobos defense. They have been the aggressor. They've been much more intense, and they've made the smarter plays. That one not right there is one that Curtis Terry can't be doing when you're down by 12 with 8 minutes left to go. You can't just loft it up in the air and hope to.
The other thing this will do for New Mexico, and again, I don't want to just look at it from New Mexico's standpoint, but obviously they're an NCAA team, is how do the other guys respond? Does Toppert make threes off of dribs at crucial times to help this team?
Indeed he does. Chad Toppert, one of the best three-point shooters in the country. Currently sitting at 5th in the NCAAs. This New Mexico team can really shoot it. Gardner gets called for travel, didn't like the call, but it never matters if you like the call. That's never part of the equation, is it?
It isn't. You know, I truly love wearing a striped shirt on Saturday afternoons. You're a bad person.
Yeah, spoken like a typical coach who says, my daughter can marry anybody they wanted as long as it wasn't an official. Martinez has one swatted away by Aguilar. And Toppert gets run over. Farland was out of control.
Rich, here's the teaching point.
Lead, 20-15. And it's back on the floor. Toppert hits another three.
Big shot. And, you know, with the 18 to 20 score, Giddens back in. Very very good. You know, offensively, again, Giddens draws a lot of attention, allows Toppert freedom to get open. When you have two guys that can shoot the ball and score, it's a very difficult guard. Gardner was helping on Giddens, and it leaves Toppert wide open.
Now, the point you made earlier came on the first replay we saw when Giddens went to pop out 2 white jerseys, followed number 15.
Exactly, exactly. You know, part of scouting is you identify the star players and try to take them out of the game. The problem comes in when you have a deep team and you have to respect many guys, and then you have a good offensive set, which obviously New Mexico has. Here comes a hard double team hedge way outside.
And it'll be an offensive foul on Jesse Woodard. Timeout on the floor. Colorado State holding on to a 2 in tight. Gary to Toppert. Prentice for 3 and hits it. A resurgence, more energy. The Snakes always had the energy, but talk about coming in 1 year. I'm not sure anybody expected Steve Alford to do what he's done. I certainly didn't.
Well, I think that when you come into a new situation, you look at what are the resources, what do you have in place? Obviously, New Mexico has a great tradition. They've had a lot of success, not just the pit, but they've had good players.
To get out.
It is, and there's only one way to do it. Unfortunately, we saw, Rich, in about a minute why may not happen today. I almost went too far. But I just think New Mexico is too good. They had that minute span. It was just a quick flurry, right, left hook, and we're at a pretty good spread.
Well, the under 4 timeout was a spirited conversation in the New Mexico huddle. Would that be an accurate description?
Great point. I think, you know, we mentioned earlier that Coach Alford is calm and has poise and believes in what his team is about. But the clipboard, the whiteboard, and the dry erase marker and pen almost hit us in the eye on the rebound off the floor. So he's fired up, and if you notice, the huddle was a little bit away from the young people in the front row.
Yep. No, he's certainly learned a lot from his college head coach, Bob Knight. What do you like New Mexico offensively in this set?
Well, you know, we're down the end of the clock here. They're going to run it down real deep, create space, probably a high pick and roll, look for Toppert to spot up for a 3.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Toppert feeds Ferris. The reverse is good. Rams have 7 seconds.
Joining us here on the set, Miss Andrea Lloyd and Coach Marty Fletcher. Coach, let's go ahead and get right to this. Let's start by talking about the Lobos and J.R. Giddens, second in scoring in the Mountain West, but he got 2 early fouls, so he got a lot of help from.
Yeah, and he went on and picked up his 3rd foul, and the game was tied when he picked up that 3rd foul. And guys like Chad Toppert really picked up the slack. New Mexico, we talked about it at the pregame show. They're second in the country in 3-point shooting accuracy at 42%. There you saw Toppert with 2 big threes. There you see Toppert taking the charge. This is the defensive influence by Coach Steve Alford. And J.R. Giddens goes coast to coast and takes it hard to the goal.